A suspected serial killer charged with murders in the St. Louis area was accused of arson 5 years ago. But despite facing prosecution, the case against Perez Reed was dropped. Thank you for being with us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Reed is charged with 4 homicides in the St. Louis area, and 2 more murder cases are pending against him in Kansas City, Kansas. While his criminal history is relatively unremarkable, the I-Team is learning more about an arson case that could have put him in prison and why it got dismissed. Here's Christine Byers.
All signs of a fire that happened here 5 years ago are gone. The siding is new, so is the garage door. It was a different story in August of 2016 when Ferguson police say Perez Reed set this attached garage on fire, even though 4 members of his family were inside the home. A police report obtained by the I-Team says Reed's father, aunt, cousin, and grandmother were huddled together and visibly shaking when officers arrived, and that they were willing to prosecute the 20-year-old. Back then, Bob McCullough, St. Louis County's prosecutor, charged Reed with first-degree arson. A judge dismissed the case in 2019 for failure to prosecute. A spokesman for McCullough's successor, Wesley Bell, told the I-Team Reed's cousin and grandmother refused to cooperate despite repeated attempts by prosecutors and investigators. Washington University law professor Peter Joyce says prosecutors have options when it comes to reluctant witnesses.
If the person doesn't show up to court, then they could ask the court to basically either hold the person in contempt for failing or to send out a deputy to pick up the person.
Joy says just because prosecutors can push doesn't mean they should.
When you know that a person is adamant about not wanting to cooperate, I think a prosecutor has to think long and hard about using these coercive measures, especially if they're not going to produce anything.
Prosecutors say they did all they could to move the case forward.
From my knowledge, that was witnesses who were not willing to testify, family members who were not willing to cooperate is not surprising.
Had Reed been convicted of the arson, he could have been sentenced to between 5 and 15 years in prison. The murders he's accused of committing happened in September and October of this year. For the I-Team, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
We learned more about Reed from the police report, and you can read those details in Christine's full report at KSTK.com.